My name's Jaime Laurel, but everybody calls me Bam. I am a graphic designer. My main field of work is graphic design. That basically entails anything with images and text. So it can be as simple as a poster to a book cover, newsletter, pretty much anything actually will need some form of graphic design. I guess my primary material will be paper, ink and paper. So I came from an advertising background, so I was an art director. So as an art director, my primary media would be the printed medium, meaning newspaper and print. As my field evolved, it turned obviously from a printed medium to a digital medium. So now everything that I've been outputting goes straight to digital. So I guess my primary medium now would be the digital media. I mean, something on a computer, which is something online. I mean, I do stuff on a computer, and it gets outputted to pixels. Doesn't hardly goes to paper anymore. I'll take any design project, but I guess my preferred pieces would be poster work. I like poster work. People will tell you, I mean, as an art director, the poster is the purest form that an art director can express himself in. It's basically an image and text. It's not graphic design if it's one or the other. I mean, if it's just text, it's just typography.
Yeah.
If it's just an image, it's photography. But you put them together, then if it works, that's good graphic design. See, so so poster work is my ideal.
Project.
Yeah. I am actually a frustrated architect. Okay, so when I went to college, I took an entrance exam and I tried to get into architecture. And I still love architecture, but I can't hack the math. So I ended up going to fine arts. And from there I majored in advertising. And straight out of college I got into an agency. So that's how I guess I got started. I got started in the field of advertising as an art director, doing TV commercials, print ads, posters. And from there, after nearly a decade of advertising, I decided to go freelance, and I did more graphic design work, meaning I shifted from selling stuff to doing something more meaningful. Like I ended up doing children's books. I did some posters for the WWF. Doesn't pay much, but it is more meaningful. 20 plus years. Yeah.
That's long, man.
Yeah, it's long, but actually I have friends who are, since I started in advertising I think 2000. I have friends who are still in advertising, so there are people who stayed in longer than I did. And I've gone from advertising to graphic design or back to advertising, and well, actually still now, I mean, I get calls to do mainstream work, but that's few and far in between. I did do is I did work for a game design company, and it's called Lady Luck Digital. We started out as a game developer, meaning we put up, we designed, we conceptualized, and put out our own game. This is back when games came in boxes, but they were already on CD, right? And it was the first, I would say, wholly made, Filipino-made first-person shooter. Battle for Manhattan. It's Filipino-made. I mean, no, it was. Yeah, basic concept was aliens come to Manhattan. You are a lone soldier fighting aliens, and it plays pretty much like Doom, wherein you have their pickups and you fight around Manhattan. Basically, sadly, it was voted one of the worst games. When did that come out? 2010, I think.
Is Lady Luck a Filipino company? Or?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's they spun off from building our own games to supplying assets to other game developers, and they actually got pretty good at it. They were supplying assets to EA, all the biggies, Naughty Dog. I see, like, if you see a NASCAR game, chances are the cars were modeled here. So that's what big game developers like EA does. They farm out the asset. Then you just model the car, then we'll buy it from you, or we pay you to model the car. I mean, it's too expensive to have some modular in the States do it, right?
So are there any tips that you would share to someone that's starting out?
Learn how to draw. It doesn't have to be pretty, but like I said, it's the fastest way to get your ideas down. Drawing on paper, or like I said, or on your phone, but draw. I mean, don't be afraid. It doesn't need to be pretty, but get your ideas down, and then you can pretty it up in the computer, and go out and actually look around. Most of the time, and this is something I learned when I was in enterprise. Most of the time, when you work at home or in the office, you get too bogged down in whatever it is you're actually doing, that you don't realize that there are many things around you that are happening and can influence your work. Like even just walking down the street, there are little things that you can pick up and eventually draw upon and incorporate in your work. I find that either walking around, or if you can travel, you can afford to travel, doesn't have to be far, but do something different, or go somewhere else that will help influence you, and find something that you can eventually draw upon. Like I love Art Deco. I like Art Deco buildings. I like Art Deco style. So when I see, let's say, a building, I like pulling elements from it. It can be, let's say, like the Met, the Metropolitan Theater. It's an amazing building. It's too bad it's like crap right now, but hopefully it'll fix that. It has so many nice touches. That, and like, there are angles of it that you can just, either take a picture of, and then eventually maybe make a poster out of it. See, that's probably what I'm gonna do later. But it's there are either in architecture or in, I don't know, in art or wall or graffiti. All these things around you, you can pull into whatever it is you want to do, right? It doesn't have to be like, if it's digital, that it has to be a 3D render. It has to be, let's say, something like Pixar or a Pixar level world. Pull in stuff and let your style develop from there. That would be my advice. Hi, I'm Jaime Laurel, but everybody calls me Bam, and I am a graphic designer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.